He's gonna spiritual having those three guys back out there. What did that mean to the whole group?
Huge boost. We weren't sure till 35 on the clock that they were going to play. So, yeah, and it's just we're a different team, right? And having another ball handler out there, I know DG's obviously he's playing through some stuff, but just that our ability to get the ball over half court. Game 2 we lost in Cleveland because we really struggle with their pressure. So great to have him back. Great to have another ball handler. And I thought Evan was great. Gave us boost obviously on the boards. So yeah.
And then more about Mobley too. I mean, he looked like the defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
Playing on a sprained ankle that way. I mean, were you almost surprised just how well he moved and the way he was able to play that?
I guess you just get adrenaline going. And listen, those guys, we're down 2-0. I mean, it was kind of now or never. You're banged up and you're hurting. You got swollen ankle, and it was. They had to test it today, and they showed a lot of fortitude. We got 1 day recovery here, so it's gonna be a quick turnaround. So just hope they can turn it around and be ready to go.
You kind of mentioned it with the second ball handler, but Donovan in the fourth quarter just looked much fresher, much better. How did you think that benefited him?
Yeah, it helps so much. He's not bringing it up every time. I mean, it's this is the new NBA, like picking up full court the whole game. It's impressive what they do, but it gives Don a big break. And I thought he was masterful. I don't use that word hardly ever. He was masterful in the way he controlled the game, and not passing, making the right decision, defending. Probably for me, best performance of the year. I don't know what the numbers look like, but he really played with a great kind of mindset, great head on his shoulders, super high IQ.
And the game seemed to just flip in the second quarter, obviously. And you guys' zones gave them a lot of trouble. Just kind of what was the thought process decision there, and why do you think that gave them so much?
I think we held them to 13 points in the second. I think the zone helped us. Especially, we got into foul trouble, and we were almost forced to go to the zone to protect those guys. And we took some risks, right? We playing DG with 3 fouls. Gets to 4, and then Don gets his 4th. We were, but it turned out, ironically, the zone kind of definitely helped us.
Kenny, what did you think Max brought to the game tonight?
He's becoming our forceful leader. I haven't seen him so aggressive leadership-wise. I haven't seen him at this level. I mean, I don't have 5 years with him, but he's really kind of taken a hold of huddles, film sessions. He was spirit's phenomenal, and he's on guys like you miss an assignment. He's kind of our enforcer. Right now.
And then as far as the zone goes, we obviously saw you guys play zone a lot during the year, but it didn't necessarily always look like that specific zone you played tonight.
Yeah.
How come you decided to go with that one versus the more common one we've seen?
Yeah, just because of their 5-out spacing. Our guys, you're right. We're comfortable with one we've been playing, but after watching a lot of film, we decided we can't play our traditional zone against them. We had to kind of match to their 5-out stuff.
John.
Yeah,
Hey, John.
Kenny. In addition to the zone, the other thing was it seemed like you guys were really committed to denying Tyrese's touches. It seemed like Max was denying him on jump ball, even on one play. Talk about that part a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious kind of part of the game plan. We gotta limit his touches. He's ahead of the snake, and it's extreme. That's just where we are. I think the first kind of 2 games he had his way. I thought in game 2 we did a better job cutting him off a little. And John, it's not just a scoring or he touches it, good things happen. So and we wanted to obviously slow their transition. I mean, it's kind of extreme. We jam him on every chance we get. So he's not getting high outlets, and he's not doing those kick aheads, and we know the numbers, what that looks like. So we're not perfect, but I think it's helped us.
Joe G.
Kenny.
Where's Joe?
Right here.
Oh, hey, Joe.
Hey. Offensive rebound has been a big major emphasis all year, 18-4 in this game. How big a factor was that?
We've been preaching to our guys. We went in the possession game. We started post All-Star. We made a shift. We know it equals playoff success, and the guys have bought in. And it helps when you got 2 7-footers. That helps. But we're crashing from everywhere though, and it's because Joe, we're not shooting the ball well. Again tonight, for some reason, we haven't turned that corner. So we really need it. I think we're plus 19 in the possession game. So it's rebounds, causing turnovers, and trying to take care of the ball. It's huge.
And then they cut it to, I think, 11 with about 8 minutes to go. You went back with your starting 5.
Yeah.
How important was that moment?
Yeah, and one of the rare games where our bench wasn't elite like it usually is. So, this is one of those games you got to get it, and I just felt it. I said we got to get our starters back in. I think Evan made a play after that. I think he might have been a 3-point play, but yeah, that was helpful.
Left side, Chris.
Chris.
Hey, Kenny, you said before the game that the key to tonight was getting back to who you guys are, getting back to your identity. In which way do you feel like you resembled yourselves the most?
Yeah, I thought our spirit was great. Togetherness, our leadership was Donovan and Max. So those kind of the intangible things. And then I felt like we played with, our defensive identity, our force, our energy. And again, I'll give Don a letter. And then we were it was moving tonight. I know we didn't make shots like we normally do, but the ball was really cooking. Don really found the right dosage, of passing and scoring. And that, Chris, that's kind of been us all year. But really the defensive, and like Joe said, Evan was a big part of that. I thought he was phenomenal. You can see where we've upped our level. We're extending a little more, pressuring them a little more, trying to make them not do their passing. They're unbelievable with their passing game, how they ping it around. We need less pings, I told the guys, so activity on the ball is super important.
And then how would you characterize the impact that Max has had in the first 3 games? And coming into the series, did you anticipate him having such a significant role?
He's raised his level. I think he knows what getting to the finals looks like. So we're leaning on him a little bit now. He's the one he's raised his level first, and now it looks like the guys are following him. Huge having a guy with that kind of experience, playoff experience on your team. And he's just a tough son of a gun. There's no BS with him. I mean, he's just he's holding guys accountable, being tough on them.
Right.
When you've talked before, over here, Kenny.
Oh, you are.
When you've talked before about Donovan understanding moments, do you see that type of a shift throughout the entire lineup in terms of guys understanding how to best complement that in those moments?
Yeah, I mean, and he helps them with his leadership. He helps put the pieces in play. Where to go. Where guys should be when he gets an ISO. Where guys should be in the pick and roll. So he's orchestrating. Obviously, he's orchestrating his game, but he's orchestrating the pieces around him. And I thought tonight he was. I mean, probably the best I've seen him all year. Just. Especially with the pressure they were putting on him, he kind of he helps guys understand where they need to be, what they need to do. Hey, I want the screen this way. Jay, flip the screen. He's constantly coaching those guys, and it's a huge help.
And we've seen some smaller minutes from Ty. What are you seeing from him?
Man, he's struggling, but this is the playoffs. You go through stretches, and I love Ty. I know what he can bring. We need him. We need him in this series, especially with DG hobbled. So we're just going to keep encouraging him to be aggressive. He'll get it back because he's got extreme toughness, mental toughness. He's not going to he's going to go down swinging if he's going down. So that's we're gonna keep rolling with him.
Last one, Nate.
Hey, Kenny, I know you've talked about Donovan a couple times, but
Yeah.
specifically when they cut it to 11,
Yeah.
and you come out of the timeout and he has the turnaround jumper, the three, and then the assist to Max on the three. Did you sense him just being determined to finish this one?
Because really that first one was a very selfish shot, but he needed to be selfish. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, man, because I think he had some other options, and he's like, he just felt like I need to score this one. I need to score this one, even if it's not the perfect shot. And that's kind of the feel of the moment thing. I'm kind of joking with the bad shot, and then the next play he makes kind of the right play, and that was it's a great call, Nate. That's really kind of where, man, we're teetering, they're coming back, and he kind of took it over right there. Two great plays.
And then what did you think of Darius's night? It seemed like a little bit of an adventure with the early fouls, and then did he aggravate his toe injury?
Yeah,
what did you think of him overall?
he's just, I don't know. He's just playing through a lot of pain, quite honestly. To get him to play this game, let's just say there's a lot that goes into it, and he's kind of taken one for the team here, and. Like I do think the 2-0 situation, I think he had to push through a lot tonight. So hopefully he recovers. Even if we get 15, 20 minutes from him, we need it. We need another ball handler. He can create separation. He can create advantages, even if it's not going to be perfect with the way his health is right now.